To talk about the biggest problem Hollywood has. You'll think, looking at the box office numbers over the past couple of months, I've been very positive. But yes, I have been very positive towards all of these big movies. But there was one section of movies that on this channel I have been talking about. The non-franchise movie. Yes, those movies. The movies that are not attached to a previous IP, sequel, reboot, or basically sequel, prequel, reboot, or not attached to a major IP. So, for example, the Garfield movie is a part of the Garfield franchise. It might be the first Garfield movie we had in a long time, and the start of a new animated Garfield movie franchise, but it's still a part of a series that people know. It's a character that people recognize and know. Same thing with all of these highest grossing movies that are not Chinese movies, obviously, because those Chinese movies on here. But the highest grossing non-franchise movie is If. Yes, If is the highest grossing non-franchise movie, and The Fall Guy. And a lot of these non-franchise movies have not done pretty well. Okay, they have actually done worse than last year. Okay, 2023 had several non-franchise movies be pretty successful, all things considered. 2023, we thought, the non-franchise movie was finally having a resurgence. It was finally having a resurgence in popularity. With Oppenheimer, Elemental, and The Sound of Freedom doing very, very well at the box office. And Migration doing very, very well during Christmas, and all those movies done pretty well. But it seems that this year has been basically the death list for non-franchise movies. Okay, non-franchise movies, we have not even had a single non-franchise movie past $200 million mark. And we're like, why do you care so much? Let people enjoy what they want to watch. If people want to watch Deadpool 99 or Inside Out 2 or Godzilla 1 billion, okay, then let them enjoy it. Let them enjoy Twisters and all these big, massive movies, or Despicable Me 64, but that is a part of the problem. These franchises you've never really gone past like 3 or 4, and much as like a horror franchise, but we have Despicable Me 4, Kung Fu Panda 4, all of the top 10 highest grossing movies that are from America and Hollywood are franchise movies. Last year, at least, we had Oppenheimer. But it seems that ever since the MCU has come around, this has basically been what people wanted to see. Sequels, prequels, and reboots. And franchise movies. Okay? For example, Barbie and Mario are part of a franchise. People say, oh my god, it's a fire win for original movies, But Mario is based off one of the most popular video games in the world. And Barbie is based off a toy line. Okay? Those are already existing franchises. You can say that 2023 was a massive win for the non-franchise, non-sequel movies, but really was not. Barbie and Mario were still recognizable characters. People know who Barbie and Mario are. They have been indented into pop culture for decades at this point. And this year, it has been still terrible for non-franchise movies. Non-franchise movies have had some of the worst openings of the year. Okay, they usually always do, but out of the major movies, all of the worst openings of this year have been non-franchise movies. They are not sequels, prequels, or reboots. And this continues Hollywood's problem to be able to market a non-franchise movie towards the general audience. They complain about how Dune Part 2 didn't really appeal towards the general audience, but it still made over $10 million. Way more than movies like The Beekeeper, Civil War, and If and The Fall Guy combined. All of these movies didn't even come close, if you add them all together, to Dune Part 2's total gross. Which this is a problem, because people don't want to see non-franchise movies. Okay? But I think the one really to blame is Hollywood. You can't blame the people, you have to really blame Hollywood. Hollywood would create stuff like the MCU. They saw how successful the MCU is. And they said, you know what? Let's bring back all these other franchises. See if people want to see them basically turn into, like, an endless sequel swap. Apparently, with some franchises like Despicable Me, Kung Fu Panda, and Godzilla, it has worked. Okay, we're probably continuing to get Despicable Me movies and Godzilla movies until the end of time. Okay, and people will still go out to see them. Same thing with Fast and the Furious and Mission Impossible. I know they want to retire those franchises specifically, but don't worry in 10 years to bring back both franchises because, hey, they made money in the past, so let's make more. It's funny, all of these franchises originally started out as not being a part of a franchise, which is pretty ironic, given it. Goodbye.